Can you believe the wistbags over at the White House are bitching and bitching and bitching about South Park's depiction of their their dear leader and insane asylumist and well and so well regarded pedophile Donald Trump, I like to call the inept clown. And most people do not notice. It's because I do not have respect for anybody who has done vile things with for children, and that pisses and protecting them pisses me off to the highest degree. But this bad boy right here, is really well and beyond the idiocy of it all. This is from HuffPost. South Park does not respect the president's authority, and the White House isn't happy about it. Yeah, they're not really happy about it. It's because they don't like their dear leader to be that be parodied in a way that would drive them nuts. And I'm not really impressed by this because these guys are very idiots. And don't get me wrong, I love South Park. I really do. But here's, as it continues on, the show's 27th season premiere, titled Sermon on the Mount, brutally mocks Donald Trump. They've done a lot of people dirty before. Of course, the episode, which aired Wednesday night, features Trump and Donald the inept clown suing everyone who upsets him. Numerous jokes about the president having a small, well, and a correlation between Trump and Saddam Hussein by making the president Satan's new lover in the 1999 movie South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Is saying that Satan are embroiled in a very toxic romantic relationship. This is very funny. This is South Park does have the authority to mock certain people. Of course, the episode also includes a scene in which the inept clown tries to initiate sex with Satan, but is rebuked, per the Washington Post. Apparently, Satan tells the president that he's not in a good mood right now because someone on social media said the inept clown is on the Epstein list. I wonder who said it. Because he's everyone knows he's buddies with Jeff Epstein, and he has committed to this he pretty much committed several felonies that can't be swept under the rug. If you are responsible for the raping of children or somewhat of that, you don't deserve to be sitting in the White House running the show. And then this gets really awkward. This really hilariously is insane to me. In response to the episode, the White House told Rolling Stone that the long-running animated series is a fourth-rate show. Fourth rate? You haven't had better ratings than what you got on TV. And said that the show episode is emblematic of the left's quote-unquote hypocrisy. That's pretty much, and then they really are the idiots in running the show. Oh, they, like I say more times than I can count, they bitch and 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 they bitch until they realize they can't get their own way. Then Taylor Rogers, Trump's White House spokesperson, told Rolling Stone in a statement Thursday, he said, the left's hypocrisy truly has no end. For years, they have come after South Park for what they labeled as offensive content, but suddenly they are praising the show. Just like the creators of South Park, the left had no authentic or original content, which is why their popularity continues to hit record lows. This show hasn't been relevant for over 20 years. Oh my god. And so neither are The Simpsons, but I digress. And I love The Simpsons. And it's hanging on by a thread with uninspired ideas and a desperate attempt for attention. President Clown has delivered on more promises in just 6 months, including the funding of NPR, the funding of corporation of public broadcasting, cutting Medicaid costs. I'm gonna kill that motherfucker when I see it. And many more idiocracies than any other president in our country's history, and no fourth ratio can derail President Clown's hot streak. Yeah, that hot streak is gonna get cold real fast, buddy, because when you're working for a pedophile, you better like get your resume done. If not, you're going to be sucking the dick of a pedophile. Of course, the episode aired on the same day that Paramount announced a 5-year streaming deal with South Park co-creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone that's reportedly valued at $1.5 billion. Remember, Paramount and Skydance recently completed their merger. This was done before this. Paramount is doing, no matter what they do, Paramount is giving those two guys, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, lots of freedom to do their show. No matter what. That 5-year deal, that's tied. You can't tie to them. You can't just break it quickly just because you're not going to like the material. And of course, Paramount recently settled a lawsuit with you guessed it, the inept clown over his claim that CBS News 60 Minutes selectively edited an interview with 2024 Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris in the lead up to the election. The company drew more backlash last week after CBS announced it was canceling Stephen Colbert's The Late Show. If Paramount doesn't cancel South Park after its ballsy moves in the premiere, the deal greenlit 50 new episodes that will air on Comedy Central but will be available for streaming only on Paramount Plus. The deal also gave the streaming platform rights to all episodes from the previous 26 seasons. Case in point, they're not gonna. Even if they did cancel, even if they try to cancel that shit, they're still tied to the 26 episodes. They're tied to the 26 episodes. David Ellison is gonna say, "Yeah, I get it. 2 years. I got 5 years. I got 5 years of this deal." Even when the FCC approved of this merger, one of the authors of Project 2025 and FCC Chairman Brennan Carr said he anticipates significant changes at CBS. He said this in a statement: Americans no longer trust the legacy national news media to report fully, accurately, and fairly. It is time for a change. That is why I welcome Skydance's commitment to make significant changes at the once storied CBS broadcast network. In particular, Skydance has made written commitments to ensure that the new company's programming embodies a diversity of viewpoints from across the political and ideological spectrum. In fact, if you missed it, I done a Says Us commentary op-ed on there, so feel free to look at it in the description below. I mean, they promised this administration they was going to be committed to bringing unbiased journalism and diverse viewpoints that reflect the ideological perspectives of American viewers. They want the FCC signaling to the FCC that the network will present more inept clown-friendly content. This is bad business. But I understand it. When you have idiots that power with that level of power, they're going to be likely to be fucking clowns when it's all said and done. And make no mistake about it. I call them out no matter what. I call them out no matter what. I simply don't see the need to defend my stance other than I have full right to as an American to speak freely. That's what the First Amendment is about, right? Freedom of expression. And if you do not like that, why don't you go to South Africa? Why don't you go to Nigeria or Ghana? They'll gladly welcome you because you don't like free speech. You do not like criticism. And many of you motherfuckers are very, very say, "Oh, I voted for this shit." You guys, fucking morons. You know that he fucked kids. You know that he fucked women, and you voted for the gut motherfucker anyway. I just can't say it. I just can't sit here and say it. If you don't like me, that's fine because I don't even care. No, I don't even care. I'll close this out. Stay happy and stay healthy, and be a good human being. These are my 3 simple things that needs to be done in every day. And if you don't do that, you're pretty much not a good person. See you next time. I'll see you next time.